Monday. Welcome to the vlog. I just got done with my internship at jail for the day. It's one day, like I just mentioned. So that means that I had 2 sets of rounds to do, which I did. I completed an assessment, got it all done. So I feel like I was working the whole day, but I wasn't overwhelmed at any point, which was nice. I definitely appreciated not being overwhelmed like that. Just now something popped up into my head of something that I forgot though. So I'm gonna have to write that down so I remember on Thursday. I feel exhausted today and I don't for real know what for. So my plan is to go and get some food, go to the gym. Been a second since I have. Just last week I really didn't want to, and so I didn't. I was just going on walks instead. But today I told myself I would get back to it, especially because it's shampoo day. So I really want to sweat so I can then shampoo it out. I'm feeling exhausted though, and I slept in today. I went in later because just various reasons. Now I'm going in later on Mondays, but I went in later and so I slept in later as well, and I was pooped in the morning, and it's Monday morning, so I'm not supposed to be like that at this point in the week so far, and yet here I am being like that. No, I'm excited because I get to try this Magic Mind shot. They sent me these to try, and so this video is in collaboration with them, but I'm really excited because number one, it has 50 milligrams, oh golly gee, 50 milligrams of caffeine. So a regular cup of coffee is like around 100, so it's like half a cup of coffee, and it's 5 p.m. right now, so I think this is still okay with me. And the other part that I'm excited for is that it comes from matcha, like the energy does, the caffeine does. They market it as the world's first productivity drink, which is really what like kind of drew me in. So I was like, what is that? And what I found is that they're entirely backed by science, which I absolutely love, because you know, with the wellness industry, sometimes they'll be saying things and you go and look into it and you're like, that doesn't actually do anything for me, and I done been fooled. So I like how open Magic Mind is about the science that goes behind every single one of their ingredients that goes into these shots, because then I know that when I take it, it's actually going to do what it's saying it does, because studies have literally shown that. Not only that, but they are pretty as well. Like, that's cute. On the bottle itself, it says matcha gives you energy, adaptogens help you relax, nootropics, I'm not for sure how to say that, keeps you focused, and then honey makes you happy. Honey does make me happy. What it said was that you can either take it like alongside your morning coffee, a time right before you need to really be focusing. They created this as a way to sustainably give your body energy, not like energy drinks. They're not an overload of caffeine. It can be that sustainable focus, so you're not just like peaking and crashing. Obviously we'll see what happens as I take it. I know technically the caffeine's not going to go like straight into my system. I know it takes a little minutes or so, but I am going to go work out, and like I mentioned, I need this energy because I am exhausted. So little taste test. It is totally green, so if that turns you on or off, I think this is gonna taste good. Ready? Cheers. Oh, it's not even bad. No, it's not at all. It's strong for sure. It's a strong taste. I feel like it like cleared me out. It's not even meant to do that. Just like shocked my system. It tastes a lot like matcha, so if you know what matcha tastes like and you like it, which personally I do, then it just tastes a lot like that. And then I can tell the honey in there too, so the honey definitely gives it some sweetness, which is nice. And I think what I'm gonna do is start taking just like one of these a day like it suggests, especially because I've been struggling a lot with feeling drained, feeling sleepy, feeling down, lethargic, unenergetic, all of that. So overall, thank you Magic Mind for sending those. I'm very excited. So obviously there's a link down in the description below. What I suggest is use my link, go on their website, read for yourself the science and the research that's backing all of these ingredients up, because I think it's really cool, and I think it's really cool how open they are about that. And then obviously if you want to give them a try yourself, which I want you to know I'm not gonna BS you on things that I try if I really don't like them. This I really did like, and you can get 20% off with the code annabea.sw. I'll keep you updated on them too though as I take them in the coming days, but that was good. Good morning. Today's gonna be a breakfast cookie day for breakfast, I guess. The air fryer cookie that I've done a couple vlogs ago. So I have all my own ingredients. I feel like I'm getting better at eyeballing and getting the right ratio. So if you haven't watched the recent video where I explained it, basically it's just oats, banana, a little bit of almond milk, some peanut butter, some protein powder. You can kind of throw whatever you want in there, and you get a consistency that's just like thick oatmeal, and put it in the air fryer at 360 for 10 minutes. Do a little bake action, and it's really good. And it's really easy, which is why I like it. Last night's workout was not one of the best ones of my life ever. It was fine, like there wasn't anything wrong with it, but I think just since it had been a few days since I'd gone, everything just felt a little bit harder. And then I wasn't gonna go on a walk because remember my plan was to work out, and then I had work that I wanted to do itself. But I called my mom on my way home from the gym and I wanted to talk to her, so then I did end up going on a walk, probably like a 30-minute one, so like 1.5 miles-ish. I think when the weather gets nice, it's just so hard to not be outside in it, so the walk was really good. The workout was hard, but I did feel more energized and everything after it. I think that's something I need to be better at is that whenever I'm working out, I feel more energized, but I never feel like that's going to be the case. Like if I'm tired, I don't want to go work out because that seems like it's gonna drain me, but then you get that little boost afterward. I feel like I have a lot to do today and I'm not even for sure what necessarily, so I'm definitely gonna have to make some sort of to-do list or even like brainstorm to make sure I'm not missing anything. It's 7:35 this morning, so I made sure to get out of bed earlier this morning. I have already been getting some work done today, which feels kind of nice. I was able to send an invoice that I needed to send. I've been browsing the housing market for rent, apartment market, real estate market, which is disappointing because I feel like everything is just so expensive, which I know is a thing I think all over, but I also have seen that Atlanta has had one of the like highest inflation rates, and it's just crazy because in my head, some of these rent prices are like New York rent prices, but I'm not living in New York, I'm living in Atlanta. Like there's one bedrooms going for $2,100, $2,300 a month. So keep watching these videos so I can have a place to live. I do have class today because it's Tuesday, so 2 classes today, one early, one late. And that was another thing I needed to do was finish up my work for those classes. So I did quite a bit of it yesterday because, you know, super in advance yesterday, literally the day before class, but then I finished it up today, just one last part. Today in my CBT class, we're talking about CBT for anxiety disorders. So we're talking about CBT for panic disorder, CBT for generalized anxiety, and then also CBT for OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. And then in my evidence-based practices class, I can't remember now what I think we're doing MST, multi-systemic therapy, maybe. If you're someone who watches these videos and you don't have like the same educational background as me, we're gonna go with multi-systemic therapy. If you're someone who is hearing me say that and you're like, Anna, what the heck? Then it probably is something different. I really can't remember. I just had it. Oh, I put my knife in the sink. I always do that before I'm done with it. I put spirulina in this breakfast cookie, and so it's going to be green, which I used to always put spirulina in my overnight oats and then they would be green, and it doesn't taste at all, especially if you put a right amount in, which isn't a lot. It doesn't taste at all. It's very pigmented, so it very much turns things a very green color. It's been a while since I've had to recite off the nutritional facts of spirulina, so double check this, but I'm pretty sure magnesium and iron is what spirulina has. It's one of my habits that I've kept around from Juice Bar, which if you weren't with me in college, you wouldn't know, but I used to work at a juice bar, little smoothie bowl, juices, all of that. And I really loved learning about all the different fruits and supplements and stuff you could put in, but here's my green breakfast cookie. You can also add honey in here if you want to, but since I put the peanut butter and the chocolate protein powder, I feel like it has enough taste that I don't necessarily do it, but I do add chocolate chips on top because that's delicious. This green cookie literally cracks me up. Look at that. It's like green eggs and ham day, except it's just a regular Tuesday. Honestly, today's cookie is dense. Like that is thick. I think my eyeballing ingredients, I must have been a little bit hungry. No, but now it's time for today's Magic Mind shot. They also have like a recipe that's in the little brochure that it came with that says that you can put it over like almond milk or something like that to do a latte. And I do want to try that, but I ran out of almond milk this morning using it for this cookie. And so after I go grocery shopping, which is going to be on the list today, then I'll use it. Oh wait, I forgot I want to make sure to really shake them up. There's still some at the bottom. Okay, we're good. Now it's frothy. I do like this. I'm even seeing now on the side of the box it says drink daily for a sharper mind, steady energy, and less stress. Please. I need all of those things. Remember annabea.sw for 20% off. I finished making my to-do list and there is like just so much to do today. And not all of it is necessarily required of me. Like some of it is self-imposed to-dos, but also I still want to get those done because I don't want to slack off on them, you know? But what I'm gonna do first, I remember I listened to a podcast the other day where they were talking about this, and now I can't remember which podcast it was. I think that it was Abby Aslin's In Bloom podcast, but she was talking about with burnout, how it can be so easy that like in any free time we get to start working on the next thing because the mindset is always, oh, well, if I start working on it now, then I'll have more free time later once that thing's done. But with that mindset, what ends up happening is you just keep doing things, like, because there's always going to be something more to get done. And so she was talking about the importance of, if you have free time, to actually like spend it doing some sort of activity for yourself, making you feel good, because there always will be something to do and you'll have the time to do it. But if you don't prioritize that time to be slow, do the things you enjoy, then that's not necessarily going to happen unless you like strictly schedule it in, which I feel like I used to be better at and kind of lately just haven't as much. So what I'm going to do is set a timer for 30 minutes, sit here on the couch and read my book. This is Woman on Fire by Lisa Barr. I really am not far into it at all. I think I'm like 10 pages in, so I don't really know too much what it's about yet. But in March, I have completed one book and it was an audiobook. And reading is something that I enjoy, so I want to, I don't know, prioritize it a little bit more. Oh, you know what? In the spirit of treating myself just that much more, I'm going to put on one of my under eye masks. I've shown these in a vlog recently, but they're the Babe Lash under eye mask, and I've only used them once before. They sent me these. This isn't like sponsored by them, it was just gifted. I do have a link though if you are looking for a new mask. I've only used them once, so I don't know yet the effects of them, but I do know that I feel bougie whenever I put on under eye masks like this. And they say that they're brightening and tightening, which I feel like are both things that maybe I could use. There we go. Last time I felt like I didn't really put them close enough to my eye. This time I might have overcompensated, but I'll just hold my book up here and then I'll be good. This looks funny. I feel like I do look like I'm being tightened. I just super quickly got ready. Honestly, all my get readies are usually pretty quick. I'm not big on makeup or anything, but like in 5 minutes got ready because I do want to film a video today, maybe even 2, TBD on that. But my class starts in 40 minutes and I have the general idea of this video, but I don't have it like broken down into talking points, and I really want to break it down into talking points. And so I'm gonna do that super quick, and then hopefully, I feel like with sit down videos, usually I'm standing up, but with sit down videos, it'll usually take me between like 30 and 40 minutes to film, sometimes less than that, because I just re-say things, make sure I'm saying it in the right way. And so I'm really pushing it on class time, but I do want to get it done. And I just sat down and planned out 5 dinners for this week and like got together the grocery list and all of that using the Meal Eye app, my favorite little guy. But that being said, I want to actually go get the groceries after class, and so I'm just really, lots of moving parts happening in what I want to get done today, and so I'm just hoping they all fit together. So I'm gonna super duper quickly get these talking points ready so I can super duper quickly hopefully film this video and have it still be good. I guess worst case scenario is I try to film it and just have to refilm it later, which would be fine, but hoping to not do that. Boys and girls, I did it with 8 minutes to spare. I'm out of breath, but I'm gonna make lunch before class, so super quick. I'm really hoping that class today is a little uninvolved so I can start editing, but this is a class that lots of times we do role plays during, and so my guess is that it won't be. That's just my fingers crossed, my hope.
We'll just give it a minute. I hope you all had a good week.
Class is done, and I was able to edit my whole video during it. So that video I exported, it's now uploaded to YouTube. I'm feeling good about myself. It's 2:52 right now. I'm going to have a Celsius, not because I need it, but because I want it. To be honest, I am feeling more energetic. I haven't hit a slump like I usually do. And so whether or not we credit that to those shots I've been taking is up to you, but I genuinely feel really good for it being the afternoon, where usually I'm by this point. And you can watch like any of my videos really to fact check that. But yes, I am going to have a Celsius. I drink them very sparingly, and I'm also pretty strict with myself about when I drink them because there is quite a bit of caffeine in here. It's not full-on energy drink, like it's 200 milligrams of caffeine. which remember coffee's about 100, so it's like 2 cups of coffee, but I wouldn't want to have it too late at all. Just honestly, I can sleep through caffeine pretty fine, but I just don't want to set myself up for any kind of failure in that realm. I would like to be able to go to sleep early when I like to go to sleep, but then also I want to go work out later, and having that little kick of caffeine can be fun for that as well. Not to mention Celsius just tastes really good, to be quite honest. So this is the sparkling Fuji apple pear, which is my favorite. I've only ever tried 2 different flavors, so take my favorite with a very large grain of salt, but I've tried this one and I've tried peach vibe, and this one is still my favorite out of those 2. I also got watermelon last week whenever I went to Kroger, but I haven't drinking one yet since I went to Kroger just because the timing hasn't felt right. I think Zach drank all the watermelons, so I'll have to ask him if they were good. I think he left these ones because he knows that I like them best, so we appreciate that, Zach. Something I really love about myself is how whenever I see a pothole on the road, I'll adjust myself to miss it, and every single time I hit it. So it's like if I hadn't moved at all, would have been fine. But no, I maneuvered myself apparently to hit it straight on. You would think that having been driven for 6 years at this point, I would be better at that, and I'm not. Honestly, a lot of things were hard to find today at Kroger. For example, they didn't have any fresh broccoli heads, so I had to get frozen broccoli, which I think should work with my recipe, hopefully. Just might be a little soggy at first. They didn't have the cheap frozen peas. You know how usually you can find just like the little bags of frozen peas and they'll be like 79, 99 cents or something? Had to get organic frozen peas, which was not fun. Whenever I was sitting in my car, the woman next to me, who was parked next to me, came to her car and just wha-bammed her door straight into me. I don't think it made I have enough door dings that I don't even know if I'll be able to tell. That's what I get for driving a car in college and then also in a city. So I feel like overall a good trip. I have some grievances. Good morning. I'm switching it up for today's shot. Remember how they said that you could do a little like matcha latte for Magic Mind shot? That's what I'm gonna try today. So I shook up oh boy. There goes the shot itself. And then I've gotten some oat milk yesterday at the grocery store. So I kind of frothed it. It honestly didn't froth that well. Oh. And oh, I didn't notice I was distorted behind that glass. That's goofy. Just gonna fill this up the rest of the way. It looks good, if nothing else. Obviously, my guess is that it'll taste good too. So far this morning, I've just been editing this video, actually getting it started, doing like the rough cut and everything, just because honestly, that's the work that I enjoy because this is like my hobby. And so it's kind of fun just to get started with the day with that. And whenever I'm doing the rough cut like that, I can watch other YouTubers at the same time. And so just been catching up on other people's videos, and I feel like it was a good relaxing way to get the day going. Remember yesterday when I drank the Celsius and I was like, I don't think it'll be that late. And I was talking about how I don't really ever have problems sleeping. Guess who laid in bed awake for hours last night? It's still fine. Like, in the grand scheme of things, that's all right. I just thought it was funny since I literally had that whole conversation about how I can sleep just fine usually and can sleep through caffeine, all of that. So won't be doing that again today. But I do have my sustainable energy. That's good. It tastes just like a regular matcha latte. Yeah, that's really good. I think if anything, it's not as strong as I would usually like matcha lattes to be, but also that's just because I added so much milk in there, but also I wanted it to look good in the mug and I wanted it to be full. So that's a little bit on me, but that is good. Yesterday, my second class went just fine. It's my evidence-based practices class, and we were going over multisystemic therapy. Confirmed, that's what we were going over. And I really liked that kind of therapy. It really takes into account all of the factors in someone's presenting problem. So a lot of the case studies we did were with a child who had a lot going on, but one of the problems that was going on with this child was chronic truancy, just not showing up to school, skipping class, all of that. And so we had to come up with a lot of different factors of fit that fit into that problem. And so just lots of different kind of reasons behind the truancy. Because I think lots of times, especially with children and adolescents, it can be like, well, they're a bad kid, or they just have this problem. whereas really it's like maybe the parenting style is pretty permissive. Maybe there's not set consistent consequences for when the kid misses school. Maybe there's a high dropout rate in the community, and so there's just a lot of people that aren't going to school. Maybe the child is hanging around a peer group that doesn't value school. Maybe the child's alcohol and drug use is contributing to the truancy because he's too hungover to go to school. Maybe there's someone bullying him at school. Maybe there's not a good link between the school and parents, so it's not always clear when he's at school and when he's not. It's just taking like all of those different systems into account, because then you can start with the low-hanging fruit and just do interventions, not necessarily at the easiest ones, but like at the most critical factors of fit. And so the one we were talking about was the link between parent and school communication, because even if we fixed every other thing contributing to his truancy, if the parents don't know for sure whenever he's missing school, then the problem is still there. And so we were talking about how you could go about setting up a meeting between the parents and the school saying like, this is a concern of ours, what can we do, blah blah blah, all of that, which I really like, because I think that this form of therapy really shows how social work can be different from psychotherapy, because it's super practical and it's super beyond just the individual. Because you can, and granted, like in therapy it's not the therapist's job to fix somebody, but you can fix somebody, but if all of the other factors in their life are still working against them in that way, making it hard for that presenting problem to stay gone, then what did you really do? So I really liked that this was so holistic. And I really didn't understand the therapy until class last night, so that's why I feel like class was really beneficial, because now I actually get what that form of therapy is. Like, this is a form of therapy that I think, not yet, but maybe in the future I could see myself pursuing, like actually doing, because I think my brain kind of works the way problem solving that this therapy is meant to work, so that's fun. The other thing I did last night was I thought that all of my field placement documents and everything were due like at the end of the month or so. Like, I thought I still had 6 weeks or so to get everything done, and turns out everything's due April 1st, which is Friday. And so I had this big moment where I was like, oh no, I have to do my whole other second process recording, which process recordings are when you take an interaction that you've had with a client, you literally write line by line verbatim what each of you say, and the format that we like plug them in, it takes so long to like add each little row and then to all of that, and then you have to list the different social work skills you're using at each point in the session, and then you have to do your feelings during the session. So like, I felt nervous at this point because, I felt confident at this point because, I felt unsure at this point because, going all the way down, and then you have to do your observations and analysis of the situations. And so in these ones it's like, I noticed the client doing blah blah blah, maybe because this. So I thought I had all of that work to do yesterday, and there was a moment where I was, oh heck, like a little bit stressed out, and I opened up my little like portal thing, and it turns out I'd already written the verbatim dialogue. I don't even remember when I did that, but it felt like this little gift to myself, because that really is the hardest part, even just with like the adding of the rows, the formatting, all of that. And so then all I had to do was just come up with feelings and come up with social work skills and do all that, which really did not take that long. And so it was a roller coaster of, oh no, everything's due, I have to do it so quick, and then, oh, really nice to myself whenever I did that. I genuinely like very barely remember doing it. I think I did it at my internship during some downtime a few weeks ago. There's some things that carried over from yesterday's to-do list onto today's to-do list, but nothing too crazy. I think the biggest things I want to get done are get a start on the schoolwork that I can. I've mentioned it before, but since all my classes are on Tuesday, my next free day is Wednesday, and it never feels critical to get my Tuesday schoolwork done for the next Tuesday, because it just feels so far away. But it's always nice to myself when I do that to just get a start on that. And there's a couple assignments due next week and everything. A couple cleaning things I want to do, just because like it's been a second since I've like scrubbed down our bathroom, scrubbed down the kitchen table, all of that. And then the regulars, like read when I can, work out, a couple emails I need to send. Gloomy outside, so I feel like the vibes are gloomy today, but we got my Magic Mind matcha. I'm gonna finish up doing the rough cut up to this point, because really that's my excuse to keep watching people on YouTube, and we'll catch up again.
When I wake up in the middle of the night and I feel wide awake cause I've got you on my mind.
I feel like it's probably pretty obvious to you at this point that a big source of joy in my days are fun little drinks. Like, how many liquids do I keep drinking and I'm like, oh, this is so good, this is sparking joy. Here's another liquid though, little Suja juice, Mighty Dozen. Honestly, I'm doing this and I don't know if I'll drink it all right now because I do want to go work out. I've been laying and watching TikTok for long enough that TikTok tips came on and said maybe you need to take a break. So that kind of shocked shocked my system, shocked me back into reality. Was a little embarrassing, to be honest. And I was like, you know what, TikTok, I think you're right. I probably do need to take a break, so I'm gonna work out. I told myself yesterday that I was going to do legs today because yesterday I just did arms, which I really like doing arms. And I don't like doing legs as much when I only have dumbbells available to me, which I do. But I'll just do some squats, some lunges, put on some good music. I think if I just tell myself that's what I'm going to do, then it doesn't really leave me room to like complain about it when I get there. Maybe a little bit, but it's just like, if that's what I'm going to do, then I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna do it. Whereas if I go and I'm like, oh, we'll see what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna do legs. I think what I'm gonna try to bring back is in January, I had set myself a little like workout split throughout the week that I wasn't super strict with, but it gave me a good guideline of, oh, when I'm going to the gym today, this is what I'm going to focus on. And I think it was really good at making sure that I'm well-rounded. I think for a while I would just try to go and do kind of full body every time I was there. I think one time Zach mentioned to me that that's good to do. And so I was just like, okay, I'll do some arms, some legs, some core. But I think in doing that, I wasn't as strategic about it. And so I was missing like parts of body. Like I wasn't always doing shoulders, or yesterday I did tricep dips. That's the first time I've worked out my triceps in centuries. So today's gonna be legs, and I think I'm gonna kind of schedule in a little workout split so I can start being good like that again. Anyways, this juice has apple, celery, cucumber, kale, collard greens, paired with lemon, mint tea, ginger, spinach, spirulina, remember spirulina, chlorella, and barley grass. If I remember correctly, this one's not super duper sweet. It does have the apple, but I think it's still greeny tasting. Yeah, it's super greeny. So if you don't like the not sweet green juices, go for a sweeter one. But it does have some apple, so it's not just straight greens, but it tastes like the most green juice that we would do at the juice bar that I used to work at. And some people just hated it. I think it would be really good if there's more ginger in here. I don't know if you can tell, I'm trying to get back on my like wellness game. Do you know the TikTok sound that's like, I'm getting my personality back? Just really haven't felt like myself lately, but I'm getting my personality back. That's me with these like juices and shots and everything. I feel like I'm getting my personality back. I didn't film anything while there because there were other people there and I want to respect the privacy of the others working out, you know, but this was the outfit. I really am a big fan of this sports bra. It's from Amazon. It was like $10 when I got it. I think it's gone up a little bit. I think it's like 13 or 14 now. It's linked in my Amazon storefront though, so if you want it, check the description. Can you guys tell I'm all about those links now? I've been grinding a little bit with my collaborations, with my partnerships. Legs ended up going well. No issues, no problems. I make myself a quick protein shake. I really just put whatever milk I have in this little shaker bottle and then scoop it with the protein, shake it on up. So I guess that's a protein shake. It's really just protein and milk though. I realized when I was at the gym that I had a call with my advisor that I was supposed to do today. And she actually did call me and leave a voicemail at 10 a.m. this morning. So it's been a while since then. I just didn't see it, and I didn't check my calendar this morning, and so it was just totally off my radar. Not a thought to be had up in the brain. And I feel bad because this is the second time that I've missed a call that we've scheduled, because we scheduled it. Like, it wasn't just out of the blue. I actually went on the calendar and scheduled it for today. But like sometime in November or December, I had scheduled a call with her, and then it was like right as she was calling, maintenance men showed up, and so I missed that call from her too. And that one I just called her right back and was like, I'm so sorry. This one I think I'm just gonna have to send her an email and be like, I'm a dummy, I apologize. Thankfully, I don't think it affects her day too much. And I didn't like need anything, but I felt bad about it. Today for dinner, I'm gonna do fish tacos. It's tilapia, and then it's like a kind of salsa and like rice that's going in them. And the salsa has grapes in it, which I'm really curious by. It's like instead of tomatoes, it's grape. Which in my head, I feel like it's gonna taste good, but I think it's gonna be a little bit strange. I'm trying to get a little bit better at like showing dinners. I didn't last night, but I made a curry. I'll insert a picture. The display was not, I didn't try that hard with it, but that's been a good go-to recipe. It's like sweet potato, some peanut butter, kale, tomatoes, curry, obviously, some onion, garlic, jalapenos, a couple other things, just like over rice, and it's been really good. Yeah, but tonight's fish tacos. I'm gonna drink my protein. I'm gonna go shower so I don't stay sticky sweaty, and then I'll probably get going at dinner, probably like 5:15, 5:20-ish.
In my world, don't worry, darling, I just smile, 'cause you're by my side. And now your eyes open up every morning to the love that shines in mine. And I see it in yours too. So now I sing to you. And when you go, leave me here all alone. I'll be waiting, we can make it, because I know that after all this time, you'll read between these lines. Feeling fine, 'cause you said this is all you want. No more playing on all this waiting. I'll call you mine. I know you feel the same as I do. No more playing, wishing, waiting. I was taken, baby. Reminiscing on the time when we first met. I was tongue-tied, stupefied. What was it that I said? Probably something foolish that didn't make much sense. But you remembered a year later when I saw you next. When I told you that I need to hold you, you said come right on over. I could not wait to show you I cherish all your lines. And after all this time, feeling fine.
So we've got the fish, we've got the salsa with the grapes, and then I'm currently warming up tortillas now. I'm really excited with how this turns out. The fish smells good. It was a bit of work, but nothing crazy. It probably took 40 minutes or so. And then I should have started the tortillas sooner than I did, but that's okay. The rest of tonight will mostly just be schoolwork. Boo. I got some reading time in, got some gelato in me, so I'm feeling good. I feel like these past couple of days were a good reset to get ready for my Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which honestly, what I feel really good about is I've really gotten over the hump of the busyness of spring semester. In my videos back in January, I mentioned that February and March were going to be a little ridiculous, a little hard to get through, and that really was because I was teaching so many classes over the weekend, and it's slowing down now, so I feel like I have more like rest, relax time. I also was catching up on a lot of Danielle Carolyn's videos today, and she's been so big in wellness, taking care of herself and all of this stuff, and it makes me just want to do like eye masks and ginger shots and all of that, which I feel like I kind of have this vlog, which is a little bit funny. Yeah, so now I'm just gonna get ready to go to bed. It's 9:11 right now, so I'll just go do my little skincare routine, get in bed, probably like listen to a podcast or something before actually dozing. Something I do want to do though is I want to revamp my skincare routine in some way, shape, or form. What I use right now is the CeraVe cleanser, just like the regular foaming cleanser, and I also use that moisturizer. There was a while that I had a couple of serums that my dermatologist— I might have just heard a gunshot. Could you hear that? Do you ever forget that I live in Atlanta? Anyways, I had been using a couple of serums that my esthetician cousin Keely had sent me, and I also was using up the last of my little like Curology serum, but I've used up both of those now, and so now I don't know what to do with myself. I did ask my esthetician cousin Keely about the CeraVe skincare, because you know you always see stuff like on TikTok or that people use that, I don't know, I feel like I hear about like, oh, the good ingredients, the bad ingredients, and like I need to sit down and like figure out what skincare I actually want to commit myself to. Basically what she said about CeraVe is that it's not bad, like it's not harmful, but it also isn't adding much benefit to your skin. So like if there is something that I want to fix, or if there are like goals that you have for your skin, the CeraVe could be paired well with like serums or toners or something that could help you achieve your goals, but the cleanser itself isn't actually helping you much. Like it's just kind of a neutral. So if you have skincare that you really like, let me know. Hit a girl up. I'm planning on starting another vlog tomorrow whenever I head back to work, head back into jail, and so obviously stay tuned for that. I have some exciting content coming on this channel. I don't know, just things that I'm excited for. How about that? Things that I'm excited for that are coming. And I feel like with spring, I just feel bouncy, rejuvenated, and I'm just like re-falling in love with making videos. Not that I ever fell out of it, but I've fallen deeper. So I really appreciate you for watching and for being here. Couldn't do it without you. And I'll talk to you next time.